Lane Kiffin's new job. The SEC rules the All-American teams, and we have the latest on Julio Jones. This is the fastest 30 minutes in football.
Today's show is being brought to you by SD Services, Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and the Orlando Law Firm. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Fantasy Football League Master Adam Brown, Game Analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, Medical and Injury Update with Dr. Andrew Lalagi, and your host, Atlanta sports legend Bob Neal. Today's SEC College Report is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers. Choose Nissan.com.
All right, welcome to the show. Nikki not with us today, but Jeffrey, Bob, and Chuck, and Bob are all here. And we're going to talk about Lane Kiffin. And boys, I know we can all relax now because Lane has landed a new job. He's landed, a lot of people thought he was going to be in Houston, but he's going to Florida Atlantic.
Well, you know, to me, this is a step back. You're the offensive coordinator at Alabama. You've only been there a couple years. You're building a resume like no one else has probably seen in a long time as an offensive coordinator. To me, it's a step back because I just believe that he should have stayed at Alabama a year or two and he would have got a bigger job.
Yeah, but Chuck, step back. You're behind Nick Saban. How's it a step back?
He's not behind Nick Saban. Nick Saban's producing guys every year.
Nick Saban's the head coach, and you're Lane Kiffin, who came from USC and Tennessee. You cannot live behind Nick Saban that long.
He's not behind Saban.
You just can't do it.
Look at the Saban tree. Patience will be rewarded. I'm telling you, if Kiffin would have stayed, patience would have been rewarded.
You mean, and he would have had a bigger job?
A better job, bigger job, because I think that's what he wanted. But to me, it's a step back.
What do you think, Jeffrey?
Well, is it a good fit? Let me say this. A homeless man goes into the garbage, he pulls out a suit. If it fits, he's going to wear it.
Bob Whitfield, is Kiffin going to be distracted from Bama, Washington game?
Well, it's like an open book manual. He gets to look into the manual of Alabama recruits, and he gets to steal them for all Florida Atlantic. He gets to take them with him.
A player from Alabama ain't going to Florida Atlantic if they were
anyway.
If they had, man, please.
You please.
Well, somebody from Alabama.
It may not be the number one type player at Alabama, but a number two type player might.
The walk-ons.
There were a lot of openings.
The walk-ons.
There were a lot of openings this year, and nobody was interested in him. So
that says it all right there. All right, listen. It's a college coaching carousel time of year, in addition to the holiday season. So my question is, I'm going to ask you about this, Chuck. Are there too many fish in the pond? Too many coaches flying around out there?
No, I don't think so. But I think it's a buyer's market. I think everybody's trying to find that guy that can help them win. And right now in college football, coaches have a lot of leverage. Players don't have much movement, but the college coaches can roll. And right now, college coaches are getting paid so much. Man, shoot, I keep jumping jobs to jobs too if I was a coach. Because it's all about the Benjamins.
Exactly.
That's really what it's about.
Exactly. And by SEC standards, not a great year. Was it about coaching? Is the coaching level dropped in the SEC?
Why are you going to ask him here, SEC hater?
No, I just think
we'll find out.
For what Chuck had to say is that with all this coaches jumping ship and all that, players are looking at systems and like, should they go there? Should they commit themselves there?
True, I agree.
And teams looking at like Charlie Strong in Texas, where we don't know if he's going to be there. Why would you go there and play for him when he's going to get ousted? So that jumping the ship and coaches.
Going to be better.
Yeah, is college football changing in terms of the SEC being far and away a dominant conference, Jeffrey?
After Alabama, the SEC is not a great conference. The SEC East has 6 teams that are rebuilding. The 7th team, Tennessee, was supposed to be good. Yep. They were a bust. They'll be rebuilding next year. And then in the West, they were. I'm sorry, Chuck.
Oh, you had to apologize.
And then in the West, Auburn was good for a few weeks. Then they lose to Georgia. A&M started out good. And then they started losing. It's not a dominant. If Alabama, there's no more dominance.
Okay, I think we've got that covered. That's our SEC report.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery, where every jackpot is a good jackpot.
Right, it's that time of the year for the All-American teams to come out. And as you take a look at it, the SEC once again leads.
Yep. I ain't surprised. Business as usual down south.
It's one of those biased lists, Bob. So I see the Pac-12. The Pac-12 had a USC player, Dory Jackson, had 2 slots. Same with Jabril Peppers from Michigan. Had 2 slots as a defensive player and a special teamer.
What about Stanford? Now?
Yeah, anybody left off?
You were the last All-American from Stanford, probably, I know, right?
Trust, Christian McCaffrey, I'm sure, is on that list.
Got a little extra Stanford love in on the show. Anybody left off the list that you
I
can
think
think
Derek
of?
Barnett, and I mean, I'm not being biased.
Yeah.
Dude, that defensive end from Tennessee, man, come on, first team. I mean, he's gotten double-digit sacks 3 consecutive years. The only person to ever do that, man, in the SEC.
Look, they probably cut to a commercial on that junk.
Speaking of cutting to a commercial, that's a good tease right there. We'll be back in a moment and talk about the Atlanta Falcons. Can they stay up there in the rarefied air? Next on Football's Play to Win.
It's what everyone's after. The new 2017 Nissan Rogue. With intelligent forward emergency braking that could stop your car for you. Get to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for year-end savings on Rogue and the rest of the Nissan lineup. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, only in theaters. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models. Or save up to $5,000 on Altima.
You could win your money fast. Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay! Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay!
A faster way to win has just arrived. Introducing Print and Play, the newest games from the Georgia Lottery. Just ask your clerk for a Print and Play game, play it, and you could win your money faster than ever.
Print, play, win. Yay! Print and play, and you could win.
Win faster with the all-new Print and Play games from the Georgia Lottery.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
At Longhorn, tonight's special turf and surf. Flo's filet and lobster tail, our new crab cake filet, and our new renegade sirloin and lobster mac and cheese. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Always the best deal, always.
Getting down to the wire in the NFC South. Let's take a look at the remaining games for the Atlanta Falcons and for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can the Falcons, Chuck Smith, hang on?
Well, I think they can hang on, and something I talked about last week, the reason they can hang on because they have an offense that can put up points with Julio, without Sanu, it doesn't matter. I'm just telling you, this offense is built around Matt Ryan and an offensive line that right now are functioning at a high level.
Jeffrey, can Tampa Bay be a factor in here?
Definitely a factor. They're a beast. They beat Kansas City. They beat San Diego. They beat New Orleans last week. Their defense is great. New Orleans didn't score a touchdown last week. The last time New Orleans didn't score a touchdown was the War of 1812.
Yeah, I remember that very well. Dallas, not scoring much, 24 points the last 2 games in each of those games. Should they be playing, are we going to see Tony Romo get back?
You know what? Unless we like the Beatles up here and you're looking for Yoko, it's oh no for Romo.
Oh,
he's
no
not
for
getting
Romo.
out there. It's like, oh no, he's not getting out there. Nobody's want to see Tony Romo ever again play for Dallas, and they can get that offense back up. They can just run that ball, throw it down the field to those receivers and that tight end. Dallas with Dak Prescott into the playoffs.
All right, there, it's said, it's clear. All right, let's take a look now at the AFC playoff pictures. We take a look through what teams 1 through 6 here. Chuck Smith, Pats and Broncos are going to be a tough one.
Well, yeah, the Pats definitely, man. I'm telling you, Tom Brady, phenomenal. I mean, watching him last week, his pocket presence in the pocket, just throwing the ball the way he delivers the ball, leads the team. I mean, he's phenomenal. But on the other end of the spectrum, Denver has no offense that can't put in points. I mean,
Yeah.
Denver's offense can't put up points, so they're struggling right now.
Okay, Bob, you got a game to watch other than that?
No, my game came from the NFC, Bob. It's the Giants, and it's versus Detroit. And what it is a game that's keeping pace. Detroit trying to stay ahead of Green Bay, and the Giants is trying to sneak up into that position to be wild card behind Dallas. And that might be the game that knocks the Falcons if they falter out of playoffs.
A good point. A game to keep the eye on. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking at Tennessee and Kansas City. Kansas City's looking to be a top seed. They're playing great. Tennessee needs to win to get into the playoffs. They're tied with Houston, but Houston has the tiebreaker. That's going to be a tough game.
Okay, we're all experts in football, obviously. You can see that by just hearing what we're all having to say here. But you too can be an expert. As a matter of fact, because of Ippolito's. This season, be sure to visit our website, playingtowin.tv, and take a shot to be number one by picking this week's college and NFL winners against the spread. We'll be giving away Ippolito's $100 and $50 gift certificates to each week's first and second place winners. So make sure you come back early and often, prove your football IQ by being the best at predicting college and NFL games. We'll be previewing the Falcons and the 49ers. Stay with us on Football's Play to Win.
It's Landmark's last chance sales event. Last chance to top huge year-end Big Finish rebates with giant bonus deals on everything. Lower payments, bonus trade-in cash, easy financing, and immediate delivery. 25 acres and over 2,100 choices. More than anybody. These are the rock-bottom Georgia giant deals that make Landmark number one. You see, we do deals the other guys just won't. Online at landmarkautomotive.com.
Nobody beats Landmark. Nobody.
Always the best deal, always.
Wake up on the first day of winter and find out your heater doesn't work? We can fix that. I'm Tommy Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We'll make sure your system is running at peak efficiency with our winter safety inspection. Don't wait till it's too late. Go to estesair.com today.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured in an accident, don't drop the ball by letting the insurance company run all over you. I worked as an insurance lawyer for 10 years and I know their tactics and game plan. I'm Roger Orlando of the Orlando firm. Let our 30 years of experience tackle the insurance company for you. Our team will get you every dollar you deserve. So put the ball in our hands and we'll get your case across the goal line. Find us online at atlanta.law or call 678-LAW-FIRM.
Cratchit, it's time for the office secret Santa. Pick a name. Go on. Who'd you get?
Well, I got you, sir.
Oh, fancy that. I got you. Here's a holiday scratcher. Could be worth millions.
Oh, I'd be truly grateful, sir.
I want you to have it. No, I don't. Oh, good gracious. Sorry, this is very hard for me. I'll try again. Okay. No, I failed myself.
It's the gift that's almost too good to give. Spread cheer with holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
Is your heater blowing cold air? We can fix that. I'm Brian Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We've been installing and repairing heating systems in Atlanta since 1949. The best time to schedule that annual tune-up is now. So go to estesair.com today.
Today's Hometown Team Report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
All right, as we take a look at the NFC playoff picture here, teams 1 through 6. Bob Whitfield, I want to know from you, is there any NFC team that the Falcons can't beat?
Well, I'll be worried. Definitely, I talked about the Giants and talked about Detroit, but I'll be worried about the 49ers, the Panthers, and the Saints with the Falcons. Those are the next 3 teams the Falcons has to play.
Yeah.
And those are the 3 teams that can beat you, Bob. So I think the Falcons really got to hone in, not in the playoffs, but who they got up next, because those are teams that can beat the Falcons.
If we look ahead to the playoffs, any ideal matchup for the Falcons there?
I'd like to see the Falcons step up right with the big boys, the Seattle Seahawks, who everybody's talking about so rough and tough. Wasn't so rough and tough in Green Bay. The Falcons got the recipe to beat any team right now because most of the defenses are average. They might have a high ranking, but each and every week, most of these defenses in the NFL are average. The Falcons have an offense that can put up 40 really fast, so they're going to be able to be a tough out in the playoffs, are the Falcons.
Okay, Jeffrey, how about worst case matchup for the Falcons?
Dallas has struggled the last 2 weeks, but right now, I'm saying Dallas is a team to watch out for. But if Tampa Bay beats them on Sunday, look out for Tampa. And also, back from the dead, look out for Green Bay.
The Green Bay Packers are on his radar.
You've been preaching that crap.
I buried them 3 weeks ago. I apologize.
You're bringing them back. They're back. All right, all right.
The Walking Dead.
That's why our show's getting good ratings. That people are mistaking us for The Walking Dead.
Zombies.
All right, let's talk player of the week right now. Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley for the Falcons is having a very good season. NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And my question is, this one for you, Chuck, what's the difference in Vic Beasley?
Well, I think the difference is Vic Beasley is healthy. Last year he had a shoulder injury. I also think this year one of the best helpers of a pass rusher is you got an offense that's always in the front. You get a lot of opportunities to rush the passer. Vic, that's also a benefit. Plus his technique. He's using good moves. He's getting off on the ball. He's outworking also the offensive lines. I mean, Vic is working hard out there with great effort, great technique, and he's earning everything he gets.
If the Falcons are to win, what do they have to do, Bob Whitfield?
Just win.
Just win, baby?
I said, that's what I did last week. I've been if I just say, just win, they win. So Falcons, just win. Just win. That's all they got to do.
I'm going to press you for a point. What do they have to do to win?
Well, for the Falcons to win, they got to continue to get big leads like they're doing. And what they got to really do, when they get those big leads, they have to get off the field on third downs. That's key. They got to get off on third downs and give that offensive ball, and they'll have a nice run to the playoffs.
Jeffrey, how about your pick?
The 49ers are terrible. The quarterback can't hit the broadside of a barn, and he's very confused. He takes a knee before the game, but he hasn't taken a knee at the end of the game at all this year. Give the 13.5.
All right, a little shot for you,
like
Kaepernick.
That. Yeah, I got to pound you up on that, Jeff. That was cold.
And that's our hometown team report.
This week's Keys to Success is brought to you by Volvo Cars of Marietta, where you can always expect the best.
All right, and now it's time to go to our report from 680. This week it's Chuck Oliver talking college football playoffs.
Thank you, guys. And we got playoff games. While most of us look at the game out in the desert as basically a coin toss, Ohio State, Clemson, it is going to be a tip pass, a punt return, one play that probably decides that game. Most of us are looking at Washington, Bama sort of as a formality, sort of Bama just has to play the game before they go to Tampa on January 9th. We saw at least a window against the Florida Gators of the opportunity for the Huskies to get that win. If Alabama comes out and plays as conservatively as they did defensively against the Gators, if they give up a couple of plays early, believe me, Browning is no Austin Appleby. That kid can make plays for 4 quarters, not just a couple of drives. So it will be on Alabama to win this game versus the SEC championship, where it was just Alabama would have to make mistake after mistake after mistake to lose it. We know we're going to have a game out in the Fiesta Bowl. We're probably going to have more of a game than we expect in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Washington absolutely could get that win.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. We're going to talk fantasy football and just who might be the player you need. Adam Brown will tell us when we continue with Football's Play to Win.
Do you suffer from irritability, boredom, and chronic cravings? Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails are clinically proven to improve your mood and leave you with a full belly. Mellow Mushroom is fast-acting, giving you relief when you need it the most. Side effects of Mellow Mushroom may include salivation, euphoria, and an insatiable craving for more Mellow Mushroom. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. She may want to come with you.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
At Longhorn, tonight's special turf and surf. Flo's filet and lobster tail, our new crab cake filet, and our new renegade sirloin and lobster mac and cheese. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse.
It's what everyone's after. The new 2017 Nissan Rogue. With intelligent forward emergency braking that could stop your car for you. Get to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for year-end savings on Rogue and the rest of the Nissan lineup. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Only in theaters. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models. Or save up to $5,000 on Altima.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by SD Services, serving all of Atlanta since 1949.
Fantasy football season semifinals.
Yes.
So it means time for you to talk about who? Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan, for you fantasy owners, Matt Ryan is the man this week playing against the San Francisco defense that's given up 26 passing touchdowns. And I like him a lot this week. He should have 200 yards passing in the first quarter. Now, Latavius Murray at the bottom of your screen here. San Diego, who they're playing this week, has given up 14 rushing touchdowns. And Latavius Murray's had 4 touchdowns the last 3 weeks. Look for him to have a really, really nice day.
All right, let's look into wide receivers and tight ends now.
Okay, wide receivers, we have Alshon Jeffrey at the top of the screen. Alshon Jeffrey's coming off suspension. Look for Matt Barkley to get him the ball early and often this week. Taylor Gabriel, 3 touchdowns the past 3 weeks. Love him as well. Look for him to fill in again for Sanu and Jones if they can't go. And then Edelman, the last 5 weeks, 7, 8, 8, 8, and 7 receptions. Brady's finding him early and often. Look for him to have a massive week again this week.
Okay, how about your sleepers?
My sleepers this week, I got 2 of them, okay? I got Kenneth Dixon from the Baltimore Ravens, 16 receptions the past 3 weeks. Look for him to have a nice day. Let's talk 17 fantasy points in the standard league. And then finally, Ty Montgomery. Week 7 against Chicago, Ty Montgomery had 9 carries, which was a season high, for 60 yards, and 10 catches for 66 yards. Look for him to have a nice week, again, against a Chicago defense that's not very good. And look for him to have at least 20 fantasy points because Rodgers is not going to be mobile with his leg injury.
All right, Fantasy Report. Adam Brown. Dr. A is just around the corner. Talk about some injuries in the NFL and in college football. Stay
Good
with
luck,
us.
everyone.
Today's show is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery and Longhorn Steakhouse.
Is your heater blowing cold air? I'm Tommy Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We've been installing and repairing heating systems in Atlanta since 1949. The best time to schedule that annual tune-up is now. So go to estesair.com today.
Looks like we're bound to start anew. Who better to start with than you, dear? See you next year.
Lease the Q50 2-liter turbo for $319 a month or finance at 1.9% APR at your Atlanta area Infinity retailer.
You could win your money fast. Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay! Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay!
A faster way to win has just arrived. Introducing Print and Play, the newest games from the Georgia Lottery. Just ask your clerk for a Print and Play game, play it, and you could win your money faster than ever.
Print, play, win. Yay! Print and play, and you could win.
Win faster with the all-new Print and Play games from the Georgia Lottery.
Wake up on the first day of winter and find out your heater is not working? We can fix that. I'm Brian Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We'll make sure your system is running at peak efficiency with our winter inspection. Don't wait till it's too late. Go to estesair.com today.
This is it, the last chance sales event at Landmark Morrow. Final days, your last chance to top huge year-end factory rebates with even bigger Georgia Giant bonus deals. Lower payments, bonus trade-in cash, easy financing, and immediate delivery. 1,200 big finish choices you can't afford to miss.
Nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Landmark is the Georgia Giant. Always the best deal. Always.
Today's player injury and medical report is being brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm. Put a former insurance lawyer in your corner.
All right, Dr. A with us now.
Yep.
And you've got more information, new information on Julio Jones.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Julio Jones. I mean, grade 3 turf toe injury, and now he's improved. However, now they're saying it could be a ligament sprain and not the turf toe. Well, I think it's all of the above, basically, and he should rest. He should have basically 2 more weeks off, and then he should be good to go.
All right, how about A.J. Green?
Yeah, let's talk about A.J. Green. So, grade 3 hamstring strain, okay, and it takes at least 8 weeks to recover from that. He's 4 weeks in his optimal recovery time, so it's essentially he needs 4 more weeks. That's why he's at high risk. Now let's talk a little bit about Melvin Gordon. He has 2 separate injuries, a grade 2 hip sprain and a grade 2 knee sprain, and he had microfracture surgery on the same knee that's injured. That's a very bad, it's risky start. He's at elevated injury risk and below average. Now, let's talk a little bit about the 2 quarterbacks, right? Matt Stafford, dislocated 3rd digit, doesn't look like there's a fracture. He, however, is at high injury risk and below average, mainly because it's the 3rd digit and it's incredibly important. And let's talk a little bit about Aaron Rodgers, quarterback, Green Bay Packers. elevated injury risk and above average minor hamstring strain. It shouldn't impact him too much. He did aggravate the calf during the game as an overcompensation mechanism, but he should be good to go this week. Yeah.
This time, everybody's hurt a little bit. It's the injuries that matter that really
pain
count.
tolerance.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. A. And we're going to come back in just a moment with the lightning round. So you stay with us on Football's Play to Win.
In football, as in the legal system, it helps to know your opponent. I'm Roger Orlando, and I used to work for the insurance companies. I've seen their playbook, and I know their game plan. If you've been hurt in an auto accident, call me at 678 Law Firm.
You never know when the moment will strike. And when it does, you want to be ready. Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails can help you enjoy a more satisfying eating experience. Mellow Mushroom is safe for daily use. If you find yourself sitting in a Mellow Mushroom for more than 4 hours, you may want to go home and come back another day. Mellow Mushroom is not for everyone. Just kidding, it is. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. He may want to come with you.
It's what everyone's after. The new 2017 Nissan Rogue. With intelligent forward emergency braking that could stomp your car for you. Get to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for year-end savings on Rogue and the rest of the Nissan lineup. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Only in theaters. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models. Or save up to $10,000 on select models.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, don't get blindsided by the insurance company. I'm Roger Orlando, and I built a winning team to run interference against the insurance companies and get your case across the goal line. Call me at 678 Law Firm.
Cratchit, it's time for the office secret center. Pick a name. Go on. Who'd you get?
Well, I got you, sir.
Oh, fancy that. I got you. Here's a holiday scratcher. Could be worth millions.
Oh, I'd be truly grateful, sir.
I want you to have it. No, I don't. Oh, good gracious. Sorry, this is very hard for me. I'll try again. Okay. No, I failed myself.
It's the gift that's almost too good to give. Spread cheer with holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
Today's lightning round is brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, now featuring great American steak dinner. Longhorn Steakhouse, you can't fake steak.
Lightning round means Jeffrey's picks.
The bowl start today. We got 2 games for you. I like Appalachian State +1 against Toledo in the Cabela Bowl, and then the Cure Bowl. I like Arkansas State +6 against Central Florida. Going to the pros, now we're talking about pretenders and contenders. I like Pittsburgh giving the 3 over Cincy, New England 3 over Denver, Oakland 3 over San Diego. 3 road dogs. I never do it, but I love these teams. I'm going to ride Tampa. I've had them 4 weeks in a row. I'm going to go for 5. Take the 7 against Dallas.
By the way, you're having some good times the last few weeks, are you not?
4-1 last week. Really 8-2, but can't do them all on TV.
There's a jingle in his pocket, no question about it. All right, let's get our final thoughts. First of all, yours.
If your quarterback's name is Fitzpatrick, Keenum, Osweiler, Bortles, or Kaepernick, you can make any vacation plans for January you want. You ain't going to be playing football in January.
That's cold. How about final thought?
Well, I just like the playoff matchups heating up in December. It's a cold month, but it's hot in the NFC, NFC South, NFC North matchups. Look for some good football being played all the way through to the new year.
All right. Final thought, Chuck.
Football's in a good place here in the state of Georgia. I just had a chance to work the Grayson-Roswell game. Grayson was the winner, but guys, football is great here in Georgia. There's so many great games this weekend. Congratulations to all the champions, and shout out to all the parents who get up every weekend and take their kids to the youth games. Much respect.
Boy, I'm with you all the way on that one. My final thought is we're number 80. That's how many teams are playing in the bowl games. We'll see you next week on Football's Play to Win.
Today's show has been brought to you by Volvo Cars of Marietta, Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, and the Southeast Nissan Dealers.